As Rosalynn Carter's family mourns her death, the 45th president confronts Donald Trump, including insults he directed at Jimmy Carter at a campaign event last weekend for inviting Trump's wife, Melania Trump, to the former First Lady's funeral. They put their differences aside. The Washington Post reports that Melania Trump has been invited to Rosalynn Carter's ceremony next Wednesday in Plains, Georgia. Rosalynn Carter Sunday at her home in Plains, Georgia. At the age of 96, 2 days after entering hospice care, her husband of 77 years, Jimmy Carter, was also by her side, the Washington Post said. As the Carter family prepares for Rosalynn Carter's funeral, they keep in mind that she was a member of a very special group of women, the president's first ladies. The Washington Post said all first ladies were invited to the ceremony. This means the world could see Melania Trump at the same event as Jill Biden, Michelle Obama, Laura Bush and Hillary Clinton. Perhaps all 5 women could sit in the same pew at Maranatha Baptist Church in Plains, Georgia. But Jill Biden could sit with her husband, Joe Biden, who is also invited. It is unclear whether other presidents will participate in the Washington Post's report. Speaking to the Washington Post, Jimmy and Rosalynn Carter's son, James E. Chip Carter III, said Rosalynn Carter was a kind person who treated everyone with respect, including Melania Trump. According to the Washington Post, her mother also contributed to the decision to invite Melania Trump. It would be tremendous to see Melania Trump sitting next to Jill Biden. The former model notoriously broke a nearly 70-year-old tradition by not inviting Jill Biden as new First Lady to tea and tour at the White House after her husband defeated Trump in 2020 election. The tea and tour tradition began in 1952 when Bess Truman invited Mamie Eisenhower to take a look at the place she would call home before she moved. This goodwill gesture was honored by every successful First Lady until Melania Trump broke this agreement. Former White House aide Stephanie Grisham said last year that she was continuing the tradition at the behest of her husband. Yahoo News reported, Trump did not want to leave the White House after his defeat. He claimed the 2020 election was stolen and specifically made false claims about voter at his supporters' Jan. 6, 2021 rally before storming the U.S. Capitol. Donald and Melania Trump also refused to attend Joe Biden's inauguration weeks later. Jimmy Carter wrote a scathing op-ed in New York Times in 2022 about Trump's actions on January 6, condemning the actions of a violent mob and attempts by some unscrupulous politicians to obstruct democratic transfer of power. All 4 of his former presidents condemned their actions and affirmed the legitimacy of the 2020 election. Carter wrote, Trump appeared to respond to Carter's long-standing disapproval of him last Saturday by mocking the 39th president at an event in Iowa for high